మహేశ్వర గురు సాక్షాత్ పరబ్రహ్మం తస్మై శ్రీ గురవే నమః. ఎక్కడ గురువులు పూజించబడతారో అక్కడ విద్య ఉన్నతమైనటువంటి స్థాయిలో వెళుతుందనేటువంటి నమ్మకంతో సాగిస్తున్నటువంటి ప్రయాణంలో ఉన్నటువంటి ఈ భూమిలో విద్యార్థులంతా ముందుగా తన తల్లిని తన తండ్రిని తరువాత తనకు విద్య చెప్పిన గురువుని గుర్తించుకున్నట్లయితే తరువాత ఈ ప్రొఫెషన్లోకి వచ్చేటువంటి కొత్త విద్యార్థులు, కొత్త న్యాయవాదులు కొత్త పుంతలు తొక్కడానికి ఆ గౌరవం అన్నది, ఆ విలువలు కూడా ఓ ఉన్నత విలువలకు శిఖరాన్ని చేరుస్తాయని చెప్పడంలో అతిశయోక్తి కాదేమో అని మా గురువులు నేర్పిన మాట ముత్యాల మూట అని మీ ముందు ఉంచడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేస్తున్నాను. ఈరోజు ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో ఐలు తరపున నా మిత్రులు శ్రీనివాస్ చెప్పినటువంటి కోరిక ప్రకారం, ఆల్ ఇండియా లాయర్స్ యూనియన్ కోరిక మేరకు ఈరోజు మీ ముందుకొచ్చి స్కిల్స్ ఆఫ్ అడ్వకేసీకి సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశం మీద మాట్లాడడానికి చేస్తున్నటువంటి ఈ తరుణంలో వాచ్ చేస్తున్నటువంటి యంగ్ అడ్వకేట్స్కు, అలాగే ఫైనల్ ఇయర్ పూర్తి చేసి ఎన్రోల్మెంట్కు సిద్ధంగా ఉన్నటువంటి అడ్వకేట్లకు, అలాగే ఒక 5 నుంచి 10 సంవత్సరాలు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నటువంటి అడ్వకేట్లకు ఇది కొంత ఉపయుక్తంగా ఉంటుందనేటువంటి భావనతో చేస్తున్నటువంటి కార్యక్రమంలో భాగంగా మీ అందరినీ ఐలు తరపున హృదయపూర్వకంగా స్వాగతపూర్వకంగా మిమ్మల్ని ఆహ్వానిస్తూ ఉన్నాం. ఇదండి కొనసాగించబోయేటువంటి ఐలు కార్యక్రమానికి ఐలు బాధ్యుడైనటువంటి నా మిత్రుడు హైకోర్టు న్యాయవాది నర్రా శ్రీనివాస్ కోరిక మేరకు హైకోర్టు న్యాయవాదిగా ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ హైకోర్టులో బాధ్యతలు నిర్వర్తిస్తూ తిరుమల తిరుపతి దేవస్థానానికి ఒక న్యాయ సలహాదారుగా వ్యవహరిస్తున్నటువంటి తరుణంలో ఈ ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసులు చెప్పేటువంటి అవకాశాన్ని ఐలు కల్పించినందుకు గాను ఐలుకి హృదయపూర్వకమైనటువంటి కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలియజేసుకుంటూ, నాకు విద్య నేర్పినటువంటి మొట్టమొదటి గురువు త్రిలోక్నాథ్, అలాగే నా తల్లిదండ్రులు శ్రీమతి సూర్యం, శ్రీమతి శ్రీ అప్పారావు గారు, అలాగే నా జీవిత భాగస్వామి నీలవేణి, నా పిహెచ్డి పూర్తి చేయడానికి కారకులైనటువంటి నా పూజ్య గురుదేవులు శ్రీ డాక్టర్ సూర్యప్రకాష్ రావు ఆంధ్ర విశ్వవిద్యాలయం, అలాగే నాకు తొలి పాఠాలు లాలో నేర్పినటువంటి శ్రీ ఐ సురేష్, అలాగే సివిల్లో నాకు ఓనమాలు నేర్పినటువంటి శ్రీ గురుతుల్యులు స్వర్గీయ ఆర్విజే శాస్త్రి గారు, అలాగే ఏకలవ్య ద్రోణాచార్య గురువుగా పిలువబడుతున్నటువంటి ఎస్ఎస్ఎస్విఆర్ఎం రాజు గారు, అలాగే నా మిత్రులు అందరికీ కూడా హృదయపూర్వకమైనటువంటి కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలియజేస్తూ, ఈరోజు సాయంత్రం జరగబోయేటువంటి వైజ్ఞానికమైనటువంటి ఏదైతే స్కిల్స్ ఆఫ్ అడ్వకేసీ సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాన్ని ప్రసంగించబోతున్నామో ఆ కార్యక్రమాలకు సంబంధించి యువ న్యాయవాదులు, మంచి ఆలోచనతో వృత్తిలోకి రావాలని అనుకుంటున్నటువంటి వ్యక్తులు, నిరాశతో ఉండిపోతూ మాకు ఈ వృత్తిలో ఏం జరుగుతుంది, వస్తే నిజంగా ఈ వృత్తిలో నిలబడగలం అనేటువంటి ఆలోచనతో ఉన్నటువంటి వ్యక్తులకు సరి అయినటువంటి సమాధానం వెతకడానికి ఐలు వేసినటువంటి కొత్త బాణమే స్కిల్స్ ఆఫ్ అడ్వకేసీకి సంబంధించినటువంటి ఒక రీసెర్చ్ భాగంగా, ఒక రీసెర్చ్ చేసినటువంటి విద్యార్థిగా, పిహెచ్డి పొందినటువంటి వ్యక్తిగా, డాక్టరేట్ పొందినటువంటి ఆలోచనాపరుడిగా వాటికి సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాలను చట్టములో ఉన్నటువంటి సెక్షన్లని మిళితపరచకుండా ఈ వ్యవస్థలో అడ్వకేసీ ఏ విధంగా ఉపయోగపడుతుంది, అడ్వకేసీకి ఉన్నటువంటి విలువలు ఏమిటి, అడ్వకేట్ ఏ విధంగా రాణించాలి, అడ్వకేట్ రాణించడానికి కొత్తగా వస్తున్నటువంటి విద్యార్థులు ఏం చేయాలి, ఆల్రెడీ ఈ వృత్తిలో ఉన్నటువంటి అడ్వకేట్స్ ఏ రకమైనటువంటి ఆలోచనతో ముందుకు పోవాలి అనేటువంటి అంశాలని కలబోసుకుంటూ ఐలు ఆలోచిస్తున్నటువంటి అంశాలను ప్రోధి చేసి మీ ముందుకు తేవడానికి వస్తున్నటువంటి తరుణంలో డాక్టర్ మజ్జి సూరిబాబు అనేటువంటి నేను మీ ముందుకు ఈరోజు సాయంత్రం 5 గంటలకు రాబోతున్న సందర్భంగా మీ అందరి కోసం నేను ఎదురు చూస్తూ మీకు ఈ చక్కనైనటువంటి ఆలోచనాపరమైనటువంటి అంశాన్ని మీ ముందుకు తేబోతున్నటువంటి ఐలు సంస్థకు మరొకసారి కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలియజేసుకుంటూ సాయంత్రం వరకు వేచి చూద్దామని మీ అందరి దగ్గర సెలవు తీసుకుంటున్నాను. మీ సూరిబాబు. జై హింద్. And all, especially before starting my opening session in this online lecture, I wish to congratulate and I wish to convey my thanks to the All India Lawyers Union being organized by the state association, headed by their competent personalities who are running this organization.
Okay, sir. Loud, sir.
Especially I congratulate the All India Lawyers Union who invited me to be the guest lecturer on the...
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Is it audible or not? You please tell me first. No problem.
Sir, we are not able to hear.
So are you not
Dr. Surbabu garu.
Yes.
Mic is off, sir. Surya Babu sir's mic is off.
Okay, I'm doing that. 1 minute.
శ్రీనివాస్ గారు సూర్యప్రకాశ్ది మూట్లో ఉంది అన్మూట్ చేయమన్నాడు
ఎస్ సార్, ఎస్ సార్, ఎస్ సార్.
బాబు మూట్లో పెట్టాడు అన్మూట్ చేయమన్నాడు.
వినిపించడం లేదు.
సూర్యబాబు గారు మూట్లో పెట్టాడు అన్మూట్లో చేయమన్నాడు. అన్మూట్లో చేస్తాం
అబ్దుల్ సరిగా ఉన్నారా? ఓకే
సార్, now getting, sir, Surya Prakash sir.
హలో
Sir, good evening, Surya Prakash sir. Are you getting now?
గుడ్ ఎస్ ఎస్ నౌ ఐ యామ్ హియరింగ్.
Okay. Namaskaram sir. Namaskaram.
వెల్కమ్.
Very good evening, one and all. Kindly, persons who are on the screen, I request everyone, please maintain some sound system in a decent manner. I request everyone who are on the screen, at least kindly be in a patient situation to hear my entire lecture. Because first of all, I am very much thankful and I am very happy now. Because now I have taken a blessings from my Guruji who awarded a PhD degree, Dr. Surya Prakash Rao Garu from Andhra University, who was the principal and now the board of studies chairman, and who is my beloved Guru. Just now he sent his greetings on screen itself. First of all, I bow my head to my Guruji, Dr. Surya Prakash Rao Garu, who is on the screen first. Because there is a Sanskrit word, Gurur Brahmam, Gurur Vishnum, Gurur Devo Maheshwara,
శ్రీధర్
Guru Kshakshat Parabrahmam.
శ్రీధర్ హలో
Candidates who are interested in a practicing law as an advocate, especially for the fresh law graduates who would like to plan to their join in corporate sector, they need not find anything interesting in it. Why? Because students who would like to start their practice after completion of the 5 years or 3 years degree, basically they should understand how to develop their skills. Therefore, I chosen the topic to speak on this particular professional skills subject. It is very fortunate for me that while I started my career in the year 1992, while I was enrolled as an advocate, it is a privilege for me that I started my career at my Guru's office, that is Sri R.V.J. Sastri Garu, who is a prominent in the civil law. That gentleman always used to guide me that go to the court at 9:30 a.m. always, every day, as and when the court works. It means the fundamental principle is in maintaining the time. The time discipline is more important for either law graduate or the person who would like to start their profession in fresh in future course of action. Nowadays, the people used to feel that the studies are different from the profession and profession is different from the studies. But I don't accept. Both are two shapes and two faces for the one coin. Why I would like to quote, why I wanted to say, why I am saying. One coin has got two faces. Well, when the student intended to join in law, he had one doubt. Suppose if I join in 5 years law course after 10+2 as a student of 5 years law student, or after completion of the degree, if a person intended to join in 3 years law degree, always one question is traveling in the brain. Always a question was traveling to the old personalities. Always the question is traveling to the present students. Always a question will be traveling in the minds of the future students. That is, whether a student intended to join, or a student who would like to join, or a student who is discharging, who the practitioner advocate who is discharging his duties, can he definitely succeed in this profession? Certainly everyone would succeed in this. That is called the professional skills are more important, because I always quote, very recent I saw when I finished my PhD degree under the great guidance of my Guruji, Professor Surya Prakash Rao Garu. He always taught me and always teach me that Mr. Suri Babu, a person who would like to set up his profession as a best academician, or a person who would like to put up his practice with a great endeavor, that personality should have a patience. That what my Guru Sri Professor Surya Prakash Rao always quotes and guides me like this. So patience is more important. The hearing capacity is more important, because always a law student, suppose everyone, why I am saying that both two phases, academic knowledge is more important. During the course of study, while we were studying, unfortunately, everyone had a wrong idea that very easy for 30 questions at a glance, one could pass the examination of the Bachelor of Law. That is the most unfortunate situation, which was already put in the brains of the all law students. Therefore, with the 30 questions of glance, 60% of the students, they don't want to go with deeper knowledge with the books. For example, Indian Penal Code. If anyone intends to take Indian Penal Code, everyone has to know, the person or advocate, the practitioner must know what are the components of the Indian Penal Code, what are its sections, what are its exceptions, what are the analysis. All these things only if the student intended to know something from the law studies itself. If they intended to know this entire subject from the faculty who wanted to teach him, then only he would become the popular personality in the future. But a person who intended to go with 30 questions at a glance after completion of the 5 years law course, or after completion of the 3 years, unfortunately, these youngsters will not be in a position to understand the situation of the law course. Why? Because in a primary stage, while they were studying in a law course, either in 5 years law course or either in 3 years law course, unfortunately they failed to understand the entire subjects. Say for example, if I ask an youngster who wanted to join in my office, suppose if I ask him, do you know Order 39 Rule 1 CPC? Simply he says, sir, I do not know. Then suppose if I put a question, what is the plaint? And he don't know, that gentleman doesn't know Order 7 Rule 1 of CPC. If I ask a question, what is the written statement? Order 8 Rule 1 CPC. He doesn't know. I am not commenting the youngsters. I am not commenting the practitioners. For a short run or for a short gain purpose, people are thinking that it is a business profession. But initially, no one should think that. No one should feel that. It is not a earning profession. At first, it is a burning profession. Burning in studies, burning in a professional work, burning in a senior's office, burning to know something from the courts. Definitely that person will be the earning, and that person will be the enlightened, that person will be the brightened, the person will be the frightened. No doubt at all. But nowadays the youngsters are failing to know the local language also. Every student from various states, they must understand the local language first. Because all vernacular language, that is local language, most of the documents are going to be reduced into the writing in local language only. For example, the first information report, take an example, FIR. FIR always writes. Nowadays, because of the computerization, every police officer is going to write with a surmise of some information. They reduced into writing whatever the information, reduced in the Telugu language or Kannada language or Tamil language or whatever the regional language. That regional language is going to be typed by the particular operator and that is going to be converted into the English language. But everyone must understand the first regional language documents first to become a popular advocate. Unfortunately, the students who would like to come from, the students who studied English medium schools, they are and they will be and they were in unable situation to understand the local language document to help the client at least to come to the know the components or contents or the important recitals of the document. Say for example, X come to your office. Now I'm talking about the practicing advocates who are a budding advocates who started their career at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or at least 10 years. Those advocates are ready to go and ready to do something, but they felt and they are feeling that they wanted to go, they wanted to appear before the court, they wanted to argue before the court because the family members are asking, because simply you are wearing the coat and going to the court and attending the court and return back the court. But one fine day or one fine night or within 1 year or 2 years or something, unless the persons are acquainted with the good knowledge, skills of the profession, he cannot succeed before the court. Because a young advocate who would like to come to the court, he must understand the court behavior first, how to enter into the court, how to bow his head before the court, how to interact with colleagues, how to interact with seniors, how to mingle with court officials, how to interact with in and around the court premises. Why? Because an youngster who would like to start his practice before the court, just simply he will come and sit before the court without associating with any senior or without associating with any other office. In that situation, the youngsters will definitely face more and more problems in settling their professional skills or in settling their profession. Why? Because while I started my career in the year 1992, when I went to my senior's office, that is Sri R.V.J. Sastri Garu from Rajam, who is no more, but now the gentleman is giving blessings and shower blessings from the heaven when I quoted his humble and valuable name. That R.V.J. Sastri Garu always used to teach me, Mr. Suribabu, go to the court. Okay, sir, I would go to the court. But my guru used to give a small chit to me. What is that chit, you believe? Can you believe anybody? That is a chit with a quarter size paper. In that paper, my guru used to write OS numbers, IA numbers, EA numbers, original suit number. In that original interlocutory application, injunction or something. For example, injunction suit paper, injunction information used to furnish by my Guruji. But my Guru did not and he never given any bundle to me. I don't know why my Guru initial stage they did not hand over the bundle. I thought of it later sometime. Definitely the bundle used to keep with some important documents. That is why my Guru could not give that bundle to me. Then I said and I asked my Guru. I asked my Guruji. I asked my Guruji that Guruji, what is to be done? Then my Guru said, whenever a matter called upon by the court, simply you stand and represent what is to be represented, Guruji. When matter is started, when matter is called, you represent, my Guru is not feeling well, my Guru was not feeling well, my Guru was confined in some other court, my Guru was engaged in other court. These are 3 to 4 words he wanted to give me. He wanted to say me the very same representation I used to represent before the court as and when my Guru's matter was called upon by the court. One fine day, the learned judge asked me, because of my enthusiastic situation when I wanted to represent something before the court, the judge instructed to my senior, instead of sending a chit with the junior advocate, you give some notes to represent something before the court. Then my Guru said, because I did not get any confidence from my junior, so as and when I got the confidence from my junior, definitely I would hand over the bundle. One fine morning, my Guruji called me and he has given a Telugu Order 39 Rule 9 affidavit, for which the Order 39 Rule 1 affidavit, that is an injunction affidavit. My Guruji, in fact, my Guruji given a Telugu draft to me. Telugu draft that an affidavit was drafted. X, son of so and so, Hindu, aged about so and so, resident of so and so, and do hereby solemnly affirm and state on oath as follows. So these are the main components which are essential ingredients to prepare the affidavit before the court pertains to the Order 39 Rule 1 petition. When my Guruji given a Telugu language affidavit, immediately I prepared and I drafted into English language pertains to the affidavit of Order 39 Rule 1. Then my Guruji satisfied. Why my Guruji satisfied? Order 39 Rule 1 quotes, prima facie case must be proved, balance of convenience must be established, irreparable injury has to be established. That is a small piece of land for which my client was restrained to not to enter into the piece of land by his neighbors, because always neighbors wanted to restrain him, always neighbors trying to enter into the premises of my client. Then I drafted Order 39 Rule 1 petition in the suit for injunction. Then my Guruji felt, yes, nice preparation. Then my Guruji told me and advised me, go and argue the Order 39 Rule 1 petition before the court. Then, before going, my Guruji asked me, how could you prove your case before the court? I don't know actually. Then my Guruji asked me that these are the papers, these were the documents which you have to and you had to submit before the court. Order 39 Rule 1 petition very first time within 6 months. Within 6 months I argued before the Judicial First Class Magistrate of Chiprupalli, wherein the injunction petition, how I argued. For example, Order 39 Rule 1 relates to the interim injunction petition for the protection of my client's property to not to enter by the third parties into the peaceful possession of the client. Then, prima facie, what I have to establish? Prima facie, what I have to establish means whether the client under what capacity the client is entitled to represent before the court, whether he has got valid title, or whether if the title is bad, whether he is having a possession of the property by the date of filing of the suit, or if the possession also illegal, unless without following the due procedure and process established by for the eviction of the particular individual, there is a dictum of the Supreme Court, even illegal possession of the property also must be protected. These are the three fundamental principles for the granting of the injunction: prima facie case, balance of convenience, and irreparable loss. Why I am referring this particular petition before you is, luckily, when an injunction was argued by the Dr. Suribabu, by then a junior Suribabu before the learned judicial first class, the junior civil judge by then used to call. In civil lower courts, there are two types of courts. Junior civil judge court deals with civil matters. Judicial first class magistrate deals the criminal matters. Why I am saying this? Very first incident, if the youngsters who would like to start their practice in a lower court or in a district court, they will be the very fortunate persons, and they will come to know how to argue or how to understand the court observation. Why? Because there are three types of systems in the state. The first lowest system is judicial first class magistrate and junior civil judge court. That is the lowest level at first. Junior civil judge court decides the very same personality. Judicial first class magistrate and junior civil judge is the first court starts with lower level. That is the first lower level tied situation. Junior civil judge deals with civil matters. Very same person, while he occupies as a judicial first class magistrate designation, he deals with the criminal cases. So first of all, the advocates must understood which court before whom they are appearing, or before the which court they are appearing, or which court deals which type of cases first. Because there are, say for example, in a local area, a police station is there. Police register a case under section 337 or 338 or 304A IPC, and police arrested that individual, and police produced before the judicial first class magistrate under whose jurisdiction the police station is situated. Generally, High Court advocate cannot move any bail application to that gentleman from High Court at a first instance. Why? Because it is a bailable case. Bail can be granted by the judge with or without sureties. If the judge feels, the judicial first class magistrate feels to grant the bail by seeing the personality or by understanding the remand report submitted by the police authorities, the judge can grant the bail to the particular individual because the punishment is less than 2 years odd. So in this particular circumstances, every advocate must understand the cases from where they have to argue are the cases before whom they have to file the cases. So there are different situations. Like, I would like to say one thing before this particular session is, in any criminal case, all cases or all remands always submits by the police before the judicial first class magistrate in lower level, in metro level, in a metro courts also. So in this particular case, why I am saying all these things, there are two courts in a lower level, that is judicial first class magistrate deals the criminal cases and junior civil judge deals the civil cases. Against the orders passed by the judicial first class magistrate, if the magistrate passes a conviction in a 304A IPC case, and if the magistrate convicts for a period of 2 years rigorous imprisonment or with a fine, the appeal will go to the principal district and session judge in the particular district where the competent judge is entertained to allow the appeal or entertain the appeal. Why? Because in a district level, the principal district and session judge, the designation of the judge's name is principal district and session judge. Principal district judge deals the total civil matters. The very principal sessions judge deals the criminal matters, that is appellate matters. And in that particular tier also, additional district and sessions judge courts also established. And in that even additional district and session judge also, always the first additional district and session judge always POCSO court is there. In Telugu, chinna pillala meeda laingika neralanu evaina jarigite, in a child abusement and all these things, that child abusement courts always established at a first court. And special courts are there for electrical offences and all these things. And family court is there. In a district level, family court is there. Family court exclusively deals, designated as an additional district and session judge. Family court prima facie, they will deal the family court matters. Rather, as and when the matters which are going to be sent by the principal district judge by virtue of either transferring or sending some cases, the family court will deal that cases which are coming from the district judge order. And another cases are there. SC/ST court. SC/ST court means that is also designated as another additional district and session judge court. Scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, atrocities against the scheduled tribes and scheduled caste people, as and when a cases arisen from the SC/ST Act, against that a designated court is there in every district. That designated court exclusively deals the atrocities against the SC/ST people who tortured or who is being tortured from the hands of the people who committed such offenses. So in a lower level and in between, lower level junior first class, judicial first class magistrate, junior civil judge is one and the same. In sometimes in a district level, specifically principal junior civil judge court is always stands. Why? Because that principal junior civil judge always deals the only civil cases, and that principal civil judge and additional junior civil judges courts also being to establish it in various district headquarters, as and when the work is heavy there, then such judges will deal the exclusive civil cases. And in between the junior judicial first class magistrate and junior civil judge, principal district and session judge, there is assistant sessions judge, that is called subordinate judge. That is called assistant session judge, means is a subordinate judge and popularly called as a sub judge. That sub judge deals up to the punishment from up to 2 years above to 7 years. That is the punishment which always gives by the sub judges of the particular area. So in district, judicial first class magistrate, junior civil judge is a person, and assistant session judge and sub judge is another person, and above him principal district and session judge and additional district and session judge. Why I am referring these names now? You may have one doubt. Without knowing the court names, without knowing the title of the courts before person who would like to appear for some grievance or for the getting of some justice, without knowing the courts or without knowing the title of the court, a person always will be, or the person cannot appear before that courts. So first of all, the litigant who approaches the advocate's office, the advocates must understand before which court he has to appear on behalf of his client. So the fundamental principle lies upon the any younger advocate or the person having 3 years, 5 years or 10 years before whom the case is going to be tried. It is most important. And before that, every advocate should understand that the courtesy with the seniors, the courtesy with the co-advocates, the courtesy with the other people, that is most important. Nowadays I have been seeing during our period, as and when the senior entered into the court premises while the court cases were going on and conducting by the judge, simply we used to stand up and we offered the chair to the senior. But unfortunately, with a very sorrowful movement, I have been observing, I am sorry to submit and I am sorry to represent before the online class that most of the youngsters are reluctant and most of the youngsters are not understanding the value of the treasure of the seniors. Why? Because if the senior loves you, if the senior wishes you, if the senior blesses you, definitely that blessings will be the monument and credentials for the strengthen of the junior advocate's career. Doesn't mean you may say that, sir, when I wanted to offer when I wish to offer a chair to the senior, will definitely give a respect. Why not? Why not? It is absolutely a respect to the senior, is a respect to the treasure box in the society. Because the senior is always a blessed and blessed persons to the future generation. And unfortunate, there is a quotation in Sanskrit. Gurur Brahmam, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam, Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama. This is a Sanskrit saint. The Sanskrit sloka says, where gurus respects, where gurus are being given more values, where gurus are being given more high values in the society. Naturally, what the guru expects when Shishya bows, everything will come from the heart of the senior to bless us. This I have been tasting for the last 29 years and till date. As and when my professors, as and when my faculty, as and when my seniors meet, or very fortunately as and when I have a chance to meet them, I always bow my head to get the blessings from my seniors. But now the youngsters are getting some delicacy. Why I don't know, that they are not interested to give a little respect to their seniors. It means when person doesn't want to give respect to someone, certainly such person should not expect the same respect from the other person also. The very same thing will be repeated to him also in future. So therefore, I have to say the professional skill is the respect towards a senior is more important. The respect towards his colleague is more important. The respect towards his friend is more important. A respect towards his client is important. A respect towards his profession is more important. These are the fundamental skills to succeed the advocate profession. Say for example, a client come with a promissory note to your office, an young advocate sitting in the office. He doesn't know how to handle that promissory note because he doesn't know whether the promissory note is come under the purview of Negotiable Instrument Act or not, whether the promissory note is a valid one or not, whether the components or recitals of the promissory note consisted proper grounds to go for the suing of the matter before the competent court or not. So in that situation, certainly the senior will give the guidance to the junior if the junior places the same material before the senior. But now juniors, most of the juniors are somehow they don't want to go to the senior's office. They want to depend upon the clerks who are always readily available in the court premises. This is more dangerous, I always says to the all junior advocates and budding advocates or the persons who would like to start their practice. Because the clerks who would like to prepare some documents by way of typing and all these things, they always do fill in the blanks with suitable words. They always fill the blanks with suitable words. They used to keep some proformas. That proformas are being transpired or converted according to the whims and fancies of the person who would like to type that matter. Say for example, I would like to give one example in the promissory note case. A promissory note brought before the one advocate. This I witnessed. Very young advocate. That promissory note, what the contents, what the recitals, that advocate doesn't know. That advocate given to, then handed over to the typist. The typist prepared and sent the notice. Remember, my dear young advocates, issuing of the notice is a fundamental foundation document to succeed your case when you wanted to depend upon the prima facie issuing of notice. When the person, the advocate doesn't want to issue the notice, that is a different aspect. Prima facie, if the advocate wanted to, or the advocate wished to issue notice, he must understand the entire language of the promissory note. Say for example, everyone feel that what is this, sir? Promissory note case, everyone can prepare, even fill in the blanks with suitable words, one can do it. But I can say that is a wrong perception. Why? Promissory note, for example, a simple thing is promissory note, I owe to pay as and say so and so person borrowed so and so amount at the rate of so and so interest. So X borrowed 10,000 from Y and agreed to pay so and so interest. These promissory note executed at so and so as and when demanded. These are the important recitals of the promissory note. Right, okay. Sometimes the promissory note, if the letters of the promissory note means the body of the promissory note alters with any ink, or the date or the amount alters with any ink, or manipulation or correction, definitely the young advocate may not have a chance to identify that mistakes apparently on the face of seeing the document. Why I am saying this? Suppose for example, a 1 can be altered into 7 and a 0 can be altered into 8 and 2 can be altered into 3 and 4 can be altered into 5. A technical person can alter the words and figures according to the whims and fancies. Why? Because to save the limitation. For example, if the person did not file the suit within 3 years from the date of execution of the promissory note, suppose beyond that period, if the person still intends to file that promissory note, then the person will start an evil idea that he will change the letters and figures and everything. So with that promissory note, if a client comes to the office, the advocate must first understand the important recitals of the document first. If from the top of the document, the top of the document, the title of the document is a promissory note, and underneath of the document, date, and apart from that, right side, amount. Then body of the body of the recitals of the document will start. So junior advocate doesn't have chance to understand the language of the promissory note because he is a fresher. But the junior advocate intends for the getting of some money immediately. Suppose if he goes with that document to any typist who is readily available in the court premises, suppose without observing all this, because it is not the duty of the typist. The typist duty is he wished to type it. That's all. Suppose if the typist, without observation, without seeing all these things, prepared and sent it, then the very same document, the advocate, the party who received that notice, he approached another senior advocate. And that senior advocate inquired, I think, because he might have inquired the entire information, and according to the information furnished by the defendant, who is the borrower in that particular case, he furnished the information, sir, 3 years back I paid the money, the promissory note was kept with him, he did not hand over the same, but again I think he might have mismanaged, or he might have forged the letters and figures, and he might have sent. And with that information, the counsel, the borrower's counsel, sent a reply stating that so and so, the entire promissory note is a forged one, a rank forged, a simple plea was taken, and a suit was filed. That is, a plaint was prepared under Order 7, Rule 1 of CPC by the person, that the first advocate, the young advocate, got it prepared and filed the matter. And a written statement was prepared with the same plea what the other advocate taken plea that it is a forged one, and filed it, and issues framed. What is the first issue? Whether the promissory note is valid one, whether the promissory note is a rank forgery or not, whether the consideration passed by a particular under the promissory note or not. These are the three important points. Then immediately when the specific plea was taken by the other side advocate, he filed Section 45 Indian Evidence Act petition, that is called to send the document for expert opinion. As and when an advocate has got a doubt, or party they got an opportunity and they have a right to ask the court by way of filing a petition under Section 45 of Indian Evidence Act, where the supporting affidavit, they can seek the court to send the document for the expert opinion, and sought the expert opinion whether any material alterations were happened in the particular figures or date. Then expert sent an opinion and stated that material alteration was happened at a date and figure and amount. Then you please expect what will be the ultimate result. It means, of course, there is a procedure, because evidence will be adduced and expert report has come down and expert was examined, and ultimately arguments were heard, and suit was dismissed by the court. But remember, my dear, all advocates are youngsters. If a person comes with a forged document, or when you have a prima facie knowledge that it is a somehow doubtful, and don't entertain such briefs for the getting of small amounts, because this will collapse the quality and quantity of the advocate life in future. Getting of the success is not important. Getting of the success, how much it is important, and getting of suppose when an advocate receives any loss from the particular area, then the people will feel that this advocate will not be suitable for this profession. So why I am referring this advocate skills? This is one of the advocate skill, that is, advocate must understand the local language document first. That is why I have quoted this case. And moreover, juniors or seniors, one should have patient hearing capacity, whatever the information the client intends to furnish, whatever the time the client wanted to take. Hearing capacity is more important, because the client is the master. What Mahatma Gandhi always quotes, the client is not your servant. We are the servants to the clients. Client is the master to us. And client is the foundation stone for the development of the advocates. Of course, we can say that, sir, are we not called as a protectors? We are protectors. We are called as a legal protectors, no doubt at all. In the same time, we are protecting the interest of the clients. Without client, there is no advocate. Without patient, there is no doctor. Without customer, there is no bank. And without student, there is no institute. So likewise, in our legal profession, the client is the most important and respected person. So therefore, you must receive your client with a cheerful movement. That is means you need not play dance, or you need not give any guitar music and all these things. You need not give any drums, baja and everything. But you must welcome your client with courageous, and the client should feel that, yes, I am sitting. Yes, I am sitting in my advocate chamber with great trust, with great belief, because the advertisement is barred about advocates profession, because that is barred under Advocates Act 1961. You cannot say that you are the toppest advocate in the earth, and you cannot give the advertisement that you can deal this type of case and that type of cases, because those are all banned and barred under the Advocates Act, because advertisement of the profession is barred under the Advocate Act. So therefore, my friends, the professional advertisement is always always goes from mouth to mouth and person to person and area to area, village to village, ward to ward. Why? How? That I will say now. Because in your area, if you are unable to deal a case of a particular poor person, or in your area, if you handle a human right matter, in your area, if you are in a position to handle a Right of Information Act case, or in your case, if you are unable to appear before the police for the protection of your local personalities, any molesty which is being done or facing in the hands of the police, definitely the people will feel that the advocate is always a protected person. So therefore, you must give confidence to your client first that you are a able man. Okay, you may put one question to me that, sir, a youngster, can it be called as a popular? Why not? Sure. Because of your childhood, because of college experience, you always face number of troubles. You always deal number of activities, and you always come across with a number of problems. Definitely, everyone will have one idea to face and to resolve such a problem. Say, for example, in your surrounding area, a man is always threatening and always beating his wife by having a drunken state or something. You cannot simply say that go and give the report to the police for the protection. You can call him to your chamber, and you can call him to your chamber, and you both can be called, and both can be called by you, and you can conduct an arbitration. What is the arbitration? To resolve their trouble, because nowadays the Arbitration Act is more prevailing for the giving of the more results in the society. Every advocate is a first-class arbitrator. Remember, my dear friends, arbitration plays a vital role for the resolving of all problems in a number of sectors. So that is why the family counseling centers are being established, and family counseling centers established in the entire country for the protection of the all victims. So therefore, advocate can be acted as a counseling person. Advocate can be acted as a guided person. Advocate can be acted as a personality development person. So that the skills for the profession of the advocate, the first of all, you must have a perfect, cheerful, patient ideology. You must sit in your office all round 24 hours, even without client. But you don't expect that every day you will get the client. But before that, one should advocate or student must go through the library, whatever the books available with you. Because the study of the books or the study of the cases, the study of the various cases are very much important to strengthen the knowledge of the advocate. Say, for example, latest law plays an important role. In COVID pandemic situation, the Supreme Court passed a number of guidelines in between pandemic COVID versus Union of India. Because the Supreme Court had taken a suo motu plea and passed a number of orders for migrant workers and all these things. Unless an youngster, unless the professionals are having a specific knowledge over the day-to-day judgments being pronounced by the various courts, he may not be a successful person in succeeding his case. Why I am saying this? Suppose if a person quotes or represents a old case law, the opposite party brings new case law, then your old case law will be definitely will not be considered, but the judge felt that because of the old case law you are representing, it is not correct. The judge will definitely warn the counsel. In that juncture, you cannot say, because I don't know the new law, sir, that is why I produced the old law. That is not excusable, because the violation of the law and wrong interpretation of the law or wrong submission of the law is not permissible before the courts. So therefore, my dear friends, all young advocates are the persons who are having experience. Even to them also I am saying that hard work in the libraries to know something, and in the same time to assist their seniors to know maximum knowledge from the seniors also more important. This is the chamber level skills one has to develop. And second aspect is in a court level experience. Say, for example, if an advocate readily go to the court at 9:30 a.m., definitely the 9:30 lucky time will bless you a lot. How can you, sir? Definitely I can say. Say, for example, always anxious client or hurry-burry client will always they wanted to come to the court before 1 hour. Suppose if his senior or if his advocate is not available, these junior services are very much important. Definitely, most of the clients always wanted to engage the junior advocates for a readily appearance also. Even in that corner also, the junior advocates can get some earnings, even initially. But unfortunately, now the seniors are always attend the court in time and juniors are coming to the court at a late time. That is, a scenario has been changed. The students from various levels, because of their financial status or because of their social status, they feel that nothing will happen. But to you, nothing will happen. But to the society, something will happen that will be always injurious. A profession should not be taken into a personal profession. A profession must be taken into a public at large protection. That is my personal perception. Why? Because in a district court or in a lower court, if you go to the court in time, you will settle in the court premises in a peaceful way. Why I am saying this? At 10:30 the matters, the courts will commence, and 10:30 when the court commences, you will understand how the court commencement, how the court begins, how the work starts. And suppose if a junior or youngsters, if they go to court at 12 o'clock, definitely they will miss to understand the primary proceedings which always the judge starts. For example, in 10:30 time, the judge may say that now the APP, learned APP is somehow taken permission from the court. He would attend after 2 o'clock. Then suppose on the presumption that the APP would not come by that time, simply suppose if the advocate attends afternoon or before or something, the important matters may be missed, or the representation from the advocate side will be missed. Then the court will pass a negative order, because the advocate may absent or the client may absent, or sometimes your suppose you, if you wish to instruct the work to your colleague advocate, he may absent. So what will happen? So negative orders will be pronounced. Why? Because in a criminal case, 10:30 your client has to attend. First criminal case, suppose in a lower court in your area, the criminal matters used to call in a first time, or in some areas the civil matters will call. So according to the interest of the judge, or according to the court system, or according to the ideology of the judge, the matters will be called and matter used to call. Say for example, if you have a criminal case, suppose on that day 10:30 you must be attend. In your absence, you must instruct your client, because today I will come little bit late, so you must be present by 10:30. Because suppose neither you nor your client, if both are absent, what would happen? So definitely the court would pass a negative order. In a criminal case, always if the client absents, non-available or bearable warrant will be issued. Then when warrant used to go for issuing the client, then the client will be in a clutches position. So the protection of the client or the presence of the advocates in time is most important. So therefore, my dear friends, the discipline in attending the court is most important, even though your client absent at that time. Because sometimes you may say that, sir, suppose if I feel from sick, then you must entrust the work to your colleague advocate, or you must ask at least your concerned clerk, at least to ask him to go some help or aid from the concerned advocates. Why I am saying this? That is why the respect or courtesy towards your fellow advocates or senior advocates are more important. If you are enemy, or if you are envy, or if you are ego personality in the court area, definitely nobody will come to rescue you in your absence. So therefore, my dear friends, respect towards your colleagues, respect towards your seniors, respect towards your clients. These are three important points for the success of the advocate. You may say that, sir, for this only you are coming on the screen. But these are all the important. I have come on the screen, or I am on the screen. I mean to say that you people don't know everything. You know everything. But still I am refreshing the ideology or the framework which some people forgotten. Always truth recognizes as a better. Always the good point always recognizes as a nonsensical point, because in our society most of the people don't want to hear the good points. And suppose if I say, let us go to the pub, everyone will be happy. Suppose if I say, let us go for the reading of the books in the advocate's office, they may not feel happy because of the cultivation which is adopted by the younger generation. Not all, but 30 to 40% of the generation are not so happy with this profession, because overnight they want to get more and more money. My dear friends, definitely one fine day everyone will succeed. Everyone will be a successful position. Everyone will be in highest position. But remember, the patience on the work, or the respect on the work, and the respect on the court, the respect on the client, these are all the fundamental principles. Apart from all these things, hard work on your case is more important. Say for example, if a client comes and hands over the case, and after preparation of your pleadings, and after completion of your evidence, by the time of preparing the arguments, before preparation of the arguments or before preparing the arguments, one should definitely touch the library. What type of law is suits to your case? What type of judgment is suits to your case? What are the important case laws applicable to your case laws? So therefore, the library, the meeting with library or getting some knowledge from the library pertains to your cases are more important. So definitely hard work with the library for the obtaining of the more judgments also very important. And sometimes people for enjoyment purpose they used to read the law which is not suitable for them. Say for example, in your office, suppose if you are a high court advocate, suppose if your office is exclusively deals the service matters. Suppose if you wish to go for the land acquisition, your office may deal 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 matters land acquisition. To get knowledge, I'm not saying that you don't read that land acquisition judgments, but when your office is forcibly burdened with services matters, better such advocate must read the latest service law judgments. Say for example, if one office is confined with civil exclusively, then civil judgments, more particularly the civil judgments must be concentrated. For example, a criminal office. Some people wanted to claim themselves that they are the experts in civil laws, they are experts in criminal laws, they are experts in service laws, they are experts in corporate laws and all these things. But I'm sure that it may not be correct, because the advocate must be always a multi-talented advocate, remember. Advocate must be multi-talented. Why I am saying this? The multi-talent advocacy is always protects the advocacy and advocate, and the same time the client's position also. Suppose if an advocate exclusively intends to review only pro note cases, no sir, I don't want to handle any other case, it is not right. You have to handle all types of cases. You must understand all corners of the knowledge. Then only the multi-talented advocate always will be blessed by the God, and as well as in the shape of a client. So therefore, my dear friends, the advocacy is more important, and professional skills are most important for the development of the advocate's life. And moreover, there are different types of duties. That is already I quoted: duty towards court, duty towards client, duty towards your colleagues. And another important point is, what I wish to say is, if you are a witness in a particular document, you are borrowed to represent and you are borrowed to file that case before the court. Say for example, in a pro note case, an advocate attested as an attestor, a first attestor. The very same advocate, because he has got a vital interest in that document, Advocates Act 1961 says that when you are exclusively interested in the document, and when you wish to be called as a witness, when you are shown and cited as a witness in the particular document, that advocate cannot file any suit on behalf of that client where the advocate figured as a witness. So therefore, in this particular aspect, I request my all friends that the local language, the local legal language, the local language is more important, and in the same time, the English language also more important. For sometimes you advocates may say that, sir, we are from rural areas, we don't know English, and we did not cultivate from the English language. So what is to be done? See, overnight, see, some fortunate persons might have started their life from English medium. See, language is not at all, the language is not at all a bar to succeed the advocate life. Remember. Why? Because even students who, I mean, the great personalities like Mahatma Gandhi, he started his schooling, or the great personality started their school lives from Telugu medium. సో దేర్ ఫోర్ దేశ భాషలందు తెలుగు లెస్స. అలాగే ఎవరి భాషను వాళ్ళు ప్రేమించండి, మీ భాషని మీరు ప్రేమించండి. మీ భాషని మీరు ప్రేమించడం ద్వారా మీరు తెలుగు లాంగ్వేజో, ఇంగ్లీష్ లాంగ్వేజో, కన్నడ లాంగ్వేజో, లోకల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ నేర్చుకుంటే నామోషి అనేటువంటి దాని నుంచి మీరు బయటికి రండి. ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ ఫస్ట్ దే మస్ట్ రెస్పెక్ట్ దేర్ లోకల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఫస్ట్. వై దే మస్ట్ రెస్పెక్ట్ దేర్ లోకల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఈస్ without knowing the local language, without knowing local language ideology, advocate definitely cannot be in a position to understand his case. So therefore the language skills are also most important. And your language either in Telugu or English, that language must be in an understanding language. You need not say, hello, ladies and gentlemen, today we are assembled here in connection with this connection. That language is not required in the court, because the judges will not be happy with that great fastest language. Language must be understandable language. Why I am saying is, suppose if you are in a able position to convey your message or your arguments in an understandable language, then the judge will be in a position to understand your case first. So therefore, in this particular aspect, the language skills also another important factor to succeed the advocate's profession. So therefore, my dear friends, I request every young advocate, this is the finest and best profession. If the persons who would like to start their career, why I am saying is, the profession is always the great and richest and noble profession, what the greatest jurist says and always they quotes. But unfortunately, now the profession is walking and roaming on the roads because of the indecent behavior and indecent activities being done by some of the personalities by virtue of their character and candidature. So therefore, thousands of eyes always watch you. Thousands of eyes always finds your character. Thousands of people always observe your behavior. Therefore, you need not wear 10,000 rupees this blazer. You need not wear 20,000 pant. You need not wear a 40,000 shoe. You need not wear a diamond watch. You need not wear a great worth value of rings and all these things. Your character is the best ornament, my dear friends. Your behavior is the best ornament, my dear friends. Your cheerful approach is the best ornament, my dear friends, to succeed your profession. If I give respect and take respect policy is always the recognizable and perfectable and respectable, always, as you know all very well. So therefore, the presentation of your case is important before the court. Whether the advocate got down by the bench car, whether the advocate got down by the flight, and some people say, sir, we are a Delhi-based advocate, sir. We are Hyderabad-based advocate, sir. Sir, we are so-and-so based advocate, sir. That brand doesn't require to become the popular advocates, my dear friends. Why? This is only a false advertisement. Maybe they may be the great personalities by virtue of their capacity or by virtue of their name and fame. I respect them. But Delhi-based, Hyderabad-based, or Bangalore-based, or why can't you become your local-based? Why can't you become a local popular? Why can't you become a popular personality in your area? How you can become? A best citizen always respects. A best citizen always recognizes. A best personality always respects. So therefore, the character is the another ornament for the successful life of an advocacy. So therefore, the character, the patience, the best language, the hard working, respect towards the seniors, respect towards the colleagues, and respect towards friends, and respect towards your all top personalities, and respect towards in your court premises, and respect in and around the premises of the court, and all these factors definitely, no doubt, these are all the foundations for the success of the advocate profession. So therefore, conclusion, I must thankful to all my gurus once again. I pray Almighty Guru, that is my RVJ Sastri civil guru, and criminal guru Dronacharya like SSVRM Raju Garu, and in my contracts the first guru Mr. I Suresh, and the finest guru in my always life Dr. Surya Prakash Rao Garu, who blessed me and blessed me. So I never forget the blessings of my gurus, because I bow my head to the lotus feet of my gurus, because of my gurus only, and because of my parents' blessings and family support and all these things, I am standing before all your galaxy of the online viewers. And once again, I thankful to the All India Lawyers Union, who selected me and chosen me to give this a small lecture before the great galaxy of viewers of this particular evening session. And now I think the organizers advised me prior to this session, suppose if anybody intends to put any questions, I am ready to answer.